That is a 10.
Yes! Alright, I got
Whew.
a 7.
So that bumps it up to a success, and Neldo is not put in danger.
Woo!
Whew.
What is the hex like for you? Because, like, since this is sci-fi.
It has to do with her ear cuff. It generally glows and sort of a mist comes out. Yeah, red mist basically comes out and affects in theory, what she wants it to. You may have seen it once or twice start moving away and then go towards her, which isn't great. Those are not usually good times when that happens.
If Nelda wants to investigate the mystery of what's going on with these earrings, since you're up close and personal with them.
I was just trying to think about how I helped out, and maybe I, like, morphed a tiny attachment to them to increase their range or something. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Or you could make what looks like another one appear, because she only has one.
Oh, yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
'Cause,
I think that
yeah.
makes more sense.
Because it's very cursed.
And Neldo is also very cursed. So that was just flinging weird Neldo missed out and going alongside
Which
you.
is scary.
I did not know Neldo could produce spores. Good to know.
They are not
We're
spores. They are atomic pieces of my body.
So, like, you nebulize part of yourself.
Yeah.
Just, ooh,
I can turn into a mist. A mist of Neldo.
Great.
Don't breathe me in.
Oh. Yeah, that sounds like a bad idea.
I love this person.
Then they may turn into spores.
First, you know they're not spores. Neldo still has questions about themselves. Neldo doesn't know what they are.
Yeah, Neldo's just like, I learn something new every day, and that's beautiful.
It's like, I do this now. It's fine. Oh, I have that.
So, what's the effect?
I would say short duration. Hopefully long enough to get us, like, into the side door. Because that was my idea, is going to the side door rather than, like, try to go through go through the front while they were distracted.
So, are you going for, like, a display board, or are you going for their sci-fi walkie-talkies?
Is the display board near the side door, or is it, like, farther away?
I'd say it's probably farther away. It's closer to the main promenade area, whereas the side door is going to be closer to another ship, as most side doors are. They are on the side and not the front.
Okay. I think I will use the sign, just because it'll hopefully not make them think something weird is going on.
Do you walk closer and do it and wait till you're closer to the side entrance, or do you just do it from a distance and then hope it lasts long enough?
I think we're gonna walk sort of with purpose, nod to them, like, okay, yeah, just so they'll hopefully sort of see without fully recognizing, like, who's that person? Just sort of a nod to be like, hey, I'm doing my rounds, and then just sign goes off, and shoo!
You do the nod, and before they can question if they actually recognize you or not, the display just starts, like, sparking and malfunctioning and glitching, and there are people around, just like, no one's harmed, it's just more people are confused, and they start murmuring, and the guards start to kind of, like, step forward, just to say, like, hey, asking people, like, hey, back away, just in case. So, you do have just enough time to slip in through the side door. So you are in. You don't know if they're going to do, like, rounds of the inside or not. And you don't know where exactly this creature is. What are you going to do?
Could I use magic to see if I can locate the creature? I know it's not technically magic, but I could try some kind of weird Neldoism and call it magic.
This is like a space opera. Magic is a thing.
Observe another person, place, or time, or it says just do one thing that is beyond human limitations. So I feel like tracking a creature that I can't see is definitely beyond human limitations, but that might be too much.
That's most of what Neldo does.
Yeah.
If we can do it as, like, it'd be interesting to, like, have you be able to see it. Just see the place where this creature is.
Okay, that is a 7.
It works. What's your glitch?
I think it should be immediate or unwelcome attention, because I think that makes the most sense.
You get to describe how?
So, and I also don't know how this is going to affect me, but I work really, really hard, and a tiny piece of me plops off and then turns into like a little spider eyeball, and then just starts zooming through the different levels of the ship. If you've ever seen The Thing, there's like that spider head. Picture that, but it's just a little eyeball. And so I just start zooming around the ship trying to find this creature. It takes it a while, but I do find it eventually.
And immediately hear, what in the stars is that? As you see it, and it's this little lizard in a container, and there's this very well-dressed individual who immediately stomps on them.
I have good news and I have bad news.
Okay,
The
bad
good news
news, I
is...
guess?
Oh, the bad news is they know that we are here. The good news is I know where the lizard is.
Okay,
Looks like a cute little lizard too.
I have no concept of that.
Malaya would know that they actually look kind of cute.
let
There's like colored stripes on the ridge of their back. So if it's like white down the middle, blue on the outside, it's fine. If it's blue down the middle, white on the outside, that's bad.
let's go quickly before anyone touches it. We'll work out the rest later.
I am attached to you. I can only go where you go.
Okay, cool. I don't know where it is.
I start guiding you where we gotta go. Turn left. Turn right. Climb up that ladder. Jump over that. It was a perilous journey to get there for this little eye spider.
Roll to act under pressure, as I assume you were attempting to be sneaky.
Yeah, sneaky.
I'm not attempting to be sneaky.
Malaya.
Malaya is sorta. She's trying to be inconspicuous.
Should I also do that since I am attached to Malaya's body?
Okay, that's a 10.
Malaya's gotcha. Malaya, describe how you go about the approach.
I think Malaya is going to try to look like she's well, I guess because they're a guard, just sort of doing rounds of the ship. Definitely know where they're going. It's fine. Nothing to see here. Move along, please. Just sort of, I definitely belong here. Nothing to see here. Move along, please. Sort of vibe as possible.
So the ship is mostly empty.
Oh, good.
And as you approach the room with the tent, you're able to kind of find a place to hide out of sight until you can be sure if you want to enter or not. As there was a person in there.
If I could just separate myself from your body, I would be able to flatten myself and enter the room with no issue.
If you can maybe do that, convince whoever is in there to not touch the lizard, just in case that is the diplomat.
I see that I neglected to tell you. I am unable to retake my form.
Oh.
I am stuck on your skin.
Okay, the normal plan won't work. Okay. Great.
You could hear someone bustling about it. The way they're kind of talking to themselves, it sounds more like this is like an attendant or an assistant. It's not that actual diplomat. They sound not dead. So
yeah, that's true.
you could wait for distraction. You could kind of wait them out. You could attempt to bluff your way into getting the lizard.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Unless Neldo has something up their sleeves.
I can bluff my way, because instead of plus charm, I can roll plus weird to manipulate someone, so I have a +3 instead of a -1.
Can you talk instead of Malaya?
I believe that's a question for the keeper.
I'll allow it, and we could say you're telling Malaya what to say.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
will need Malaya to roll to help out.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
Since you are actively involved with repeating what Neldo is saying.
Okay, that's fair. Alright, so I will knock. Like, hello? Is anyone in there?
Yes. What do you need? There's not supposed to be any guards in here. Something wrong?
You are going to die.
We have heard. Yeah, Malaya's trying to, like. Can I disrupt this? I have to repeat verbatim words.
You can, like, repeat or paraphrase it.
Okay.
Find a different way to communicate what Neldo is attempting to communicate while Neldo uses their weird allure that is now over your face that does not look like your face. This session's turned weird.
What did you roll for help out?
That is a 9. That's not bad.
Okay. +1, but you also expose yourself to trouble or danger.
Cool.
See how that goes.
Because I
We'll
rolled
see.
a 6. So I
What?
need that +1.
Okay. So what Malaya's gonna say is, we heard a report of a dangerous item or animal getting on the ship, and so potentially anyone who is on this ship right now is in danger. It sounds like it's a Ziva lizard somehow got on the ship.
If you do not leave, you will die.
We suggest you please evacuate right now so that we may do a sweep of the ship and make sure that there are no fatalities.
Just crosses her arms. I'm gonna need to see some ID. As on the 7 tonight, they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show you mean it. You say you're a guard, you have to prove it.
Oh man.
Or come up with something else. I will say, you can see the little terrarium type container that has the lizard in it.
What if we just knock him out and kill the lizard?
And you might get poisoned depending on how you go about killing the lizard.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking about using Hex to make the assistant have a disease, contract a disease. But I'm trying to figure out what disease. My first thought was blindness, and then it's
Melgar
like,
flu.
that's not a disease.
I could allow for an illness too. They just suddenly have really bad stomach flu.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. They have a stomach virus. Cast Hex.
How did I expose us to trouble or danger, by the way?
I haven't decided yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Ooh, okay. That's a 5. So, nope. Wait, do I get a thing?
What happens when you fail to hex somebody?
The mist, when Malaya can control it, is a bit more faint, just because it's to be a little more subtle. Yeah, so it becomes a glowing red and comes back at her. I didn't know if we were going to do the dark side or not. That's what I was trying to see if that would...
Also, while
Okay,
you're deciding that, Neldo, just roll plus weird.
Oh no. Okay. That is an 8.
Okay.
I don't like how relieved you just sounded. That makes me really nervous.
You're about to give this attendant a really bad time. You realize you were able to detach from Malaya. You're pretty confident that you can do so without attracting a lot of attention. Do you choose to do so?
I would like to detach from Malaya and onto this guy's head.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Aliens?
Just gonna hug the face.
I'm gonna hug that face.
Roll to kick some ass.
Right on. Okay.
So I think Malaya may start seeing hallucinations.
That is an 8.
What is Malaya hallucinating?
Probably the Ziva and Miva lizards everywhere. They're on the floor, they're on the ceiling, they're on the walls, they're on her, they're on the attendant. They're not on Neldo, which is weird, but whatever.
Yeah. You cannot tell them apart either, which makes it more stressful because one's fine, one is death, one is fine, one is death. I just picture you're starting to mutter that under your breath as Neldo got an 8 for kick some ass.
Yes, I did.
So were you trying to inflict harm, or what were you trying to do?
Either suffocate him or just surround his face so that I could talk to him directly. Similar to what I did when I was like the skin suit, only I'm just doing it around the head and I'm much thicker. Because it's my entire mass focused on the head.
Great.
Okay. I expect this to be lighthearted. It's just like lighthearted, vague horror.
Yeah.
That's my whole brand.
As you glom onto this person's face, you do it with a little bit more force than you meant to, and you feel like a bone in their nose crunch a little bit. Immediately start like trying to claw you off, so you've dealt a point of harm and you take a point of harm. They're attempting to claw you off of their face, panicking.
The entire time I'm like, excuse me, sir, sir, calm down, sir, please. You have to allow me to speak to you. Ow, sir, please. Ow.
Roll to manipulate someone.
All right, that is a 10.
It just freezes in the middle of the motions. Doesn't say anything because trying to conserve breath. Also panicked.
The lizard that you have in your possession is incredibly toxic and will kill you if you touch it. It must be removed from this vessel now, or you are going to die.
Still frozen. Odds.
I will remove myself from your head as long as you promise 2 things. And I have just learned what the abstract idea of a promise is 2 weeks ago. So, do not call any of your guards to us by releasing a loud sound or what you would call a scream. 2, you will get rid of the lizard in a careful way. Do you understand what I, Neldo, am saying to you, stranger?
Just nods.
Then yeah, Neldo has no reason not to trust this person in their mind, so they release them.
Malaya just keeps repeating, one is fine, one is death, one is fine, one is death. During this conversation.
One is fine.
One is fine, one is death, one is fine, one is death.
Malaya's just panicking over something. I feel like this person, they don't scream, but they do back away and like draw their gun and just point it at both of you and they said, leave. Get off this ship now.
Not without the lizard.
They're backing away from you. You could easily just grab the container that the lizard is in.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach around, I'm gonna extend my arm, and I'm gonna try and grab it.
The gun sort of follows the arm until he realizes you are not going for him. And then goes back to pointing kind of between you and Malaya, and you see... What is Malaya doing as she mutters to herself?
I think she's trying to, like, find a place to move, because it may look like the lizards are kind of coming towards her or moving in weird patterns, as if she's just trying to get out of the way, because she can't tell the difference. But she can't find a place to put her foot, so she's kind of just, like, almost picking it up, putting it down, muttering and looking more and more concerned because the lizards almost seem to be multiplying. She's not having a good day.
No.
Can I read a bad situation?
Yeah? Or investigate a mystery, whichever. Well, yeah.
Snap Malaya out of the problem.
looking at the best way to protect the victim.
That is
for it.
a 6.
You have no idea what's going on. Actually, even funnier. You think Malaya's been poisoned.
And then I get really mad, and I'm like, do you see what you have done? My friend is going to die! I'm going to take it, the terrarium, and I'm going to just... I don't know, I think I'm just going to take the terrarium, grab Malaya, and then just start running down the hallway. Because I don't know what to do, and I feel like a child.
Roll to protect someone.
Okay. That is a 7.
Yeah, so you protect them okay, but you suffer some or all of the harm they were going to get. As you run out, and you run out of the ship, even though, yes, the attendant didn't call the guards, there's still guards on the promenade, there's guard of the ship, and they see both of you, and firmly believe that both of you have just stolen something
Well?
from the diplomat.
Well?
Give me another plus tough roll to see how quickly you run away. Also, Malaya, if you want to roll plus sharp to see if you're starting to snap back.
Thank you. It's like, I don't know how to help here.
Oh, God. How has... This has gone...
Okay, that's a 7. That's a 7. That's something.
This has gone so wrong. So many times. And I just got a 4.
Oh no. So, Malaya, you're still seeing lizards, but you are aware that this is a hallucination. So you know you can ignore the lizards, you're okay, you're safe. It still probably weirds you out a little bit, but you realize, like, okay, this is just a hallucination. As Neldo is attempting to guide you away and accidentally runs you straight into the diplomat's security team while there are guards chasing after you. Stop, thief, stop!
Oh.
Someone want to attempt to talk your way out of this before you get arrested.
I am going to scream, if you don't let me move, a lot of people are gonna die!
Roll to manipulate somebody?
Please, for the love of God, let this work.
With a -1! That sounds like you're threatening to kill everyone.
Level up! Level up!
A 10! Whoa! Ooh! Ha! I am so, like, amped. I saw the 3 first and then the 5, and I was like, when I saw the 3, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get murdered. Neldo in this flashback is gonna die. That's gonna be a different Neldo that we've seen before.
This isn't an ambiguous time in the story. It's just a question mark time. It might be a flashback, it might be a flash forward. We don't know.
Death of Neldo.
We'll find out how Neldo regenerates
People
completely.
do scatter around you. As you are dragging Malaya behind you, who is starting to come to her senses, but still looks a little bit freaked out, and you are holding a small container under your arm.
Is there an airlock nearby?
Roll plus sharp, see if you can find an airlock.
Ooh! Okay. Boom. That's an 11. What? 3rd hour. Come back.
You make it a few feet past the diplomat and their team, and you see it's like a waste disposal that you know, like, it is the equivalent of shoving something out the airlock.
I throw the lizard in there.
You just chuck this poor lizard who did absolutely nothing into this container, push a button, the threat is gone, there are still a bunch of people pointing guns at you.
And then I say, it is okay. I have solved the problem.
On your knees, hands on your head, we have some questions. No sudden movements.
Question is, so the lizard is in space now, or is it in process of going into space?
It has been dropped down a trash chute.
Can I hex the trash chute so that way it doesn't die and we lose our evidence that we were trying not to poison it?
Yes.
Okay.
Hex the trash chute.
Yes. Please.
You may hex the trash chute so it doesn't compact your evidence, and then yeet it out into...
Yeah, but still. Please. Okay. Alright, that's an 8. That's an 8. I'll take it.
Okay. You can see that it has the signal, like, it's starting to compact, and you're able to get it to stop, like, just in time, and, like, it just partially opens.
Okay.
But you do hear the sound of the container cracking. You know it's a pretty enclosed area, but now the container the lizard is in is broken.
Oh no. I'm gonna take the harm for the glitch, because... Okay. Like, well, that didn't work. We do have evidence that someone was trying to poison the diplomat. It's, in the trash chute, which just, cracked the container, and now the lizard is free, maybe? Maybe just cracked it a little bit. Anyone know how to contain a lizard immediately?
Someone from the engineering team goes over. It takes some time, but they are able to safely extract the lizard from the trash chute. The two of you are still taken into custody for questioning, but I mean, they're a little less aggressive than they might have been had Neldo not gotten a 10.
Yeah.
It's a lot of explaining, a lot of having to explain again, a lot of paperwork. You are very nearly in a lot of trouble, but eventually the security team is able to piece some things together, because I'm assuming, like, you tell them where to find the box and so forth.
Yeah.
They're able to piece together that someone else was probably behind this, because they doubt that the two of you came up with this plot. They mostly agree that you were trying to help. Very much remind you next time, please go to the authorities and do not get involved yourself.
I do not trust cops.
Is the lizard still alive?
I read that in a book.
Malaya asks. It's like, is the lizard still alive?
Yeah, the lizard's fine. It is going to be taken. There's a couple different scientific groups that study poisonous critters like that to, like, find antidotes, so...
Okay.
It's going to a reputable one. It'll be okay.
Okay. I was like, okay, whatever. The lizard's okay. Mom's gonna be mad though. I mean, Eileen. The captain.
Yeah. I feel like Eileen is... I'm glad you were able to save the diplomat, but next time, please don't do that again.
I apologize. I suppose I get anxious under pressure, which I guess I have never been under before.
That's rolling. I'm pretty sure there's been at least one point where Neldo accidentally got caught inside of a trash compactor.
Yeah, which is probably at least uncomfortable.
You learned how thin you can be.
Yeah. How about we never, well, let's try not to split up for a little bit. Because, things happen. At least we didn't keep this one.
I have realized that my powers are far different than I thought they were.
How does Neldo feel about the fact that they got stuck?
Terrified. They're gonna have nightmares for the next year.
About being stuck like that?
Yeah, because the only thing that Neldo has been able to trust about themselves is the fact that they have complete control over their body at any given time, no matter what. And they didn't. And that was scary. Neldo is also, like, super impressed by everyone else who can't do what Neldo can do now because they hated that experience. And they're like, people just walk around in skin, can't wriggle around, can't get out of it, and they're fine with that. That's insane.
How did Malaya feel about all of that? Because, you know, you're gonna not like having things touch you for a while and probably going to need a couple of showers.
Yeah, I think Malaya, is gonna see if she can get, like, the loosest clothing possible that is still, like, still covers important bits. And, yeah, she's gonna probably she may see if her room can sort of be changed to look bigger. Like, you know how different colors of a room can make it look bigger versus smaller? Try to, like, make the room not feel smaller. Sort of just, yeah, take showers. Maybe look slightly concerned at the hedge hair aquarium. Well, I say aquarium.
His little, like, aquarium terrarium.
Yeah. Are you okay? Are you suffering? And the hedge hair's just doing hedge hair things. Probably like, what are you talking about?
He's just nomming on its food looking at you. I picture this is like this is when he's starting to warm up to you. You haven't like fully won him over yet. He's not like full on bestie, but he's starting to realize this weird one's not too bad. He doesn't let the other one in here.
Yeah, Malaya doesn't let the one who bit the head chair in. Oh yeah, does Neldo know that Malaya has the head chair?
Probably, yeah. Malaya kept the head chair and has been winning it over.
Oh, yeah.
It's been an interesting time. Malaya has sometimes come into, like, the main quarters room covered in, like, scratches. And she's like, this is fine. Everything is fine. Don't worry. Nothing's escaped, so we're good. That was my one condition.
I think Neldo wants to say something to Eileen and is just going to, like, approach her quarters and, like, knock because they know that that's customary.
Come on in, Neldo.
Hello. Like, would I have reported this, or would we have just talked about it passively?
She had to get you out of jail.
You're right.
She knows.
She had to come. She basically had to come and, like, check you out and vouch for you to get you out.
I would like your assistance in figuring out what I am and what the extent of my capabilities are. I believe I overexerted myself today, and it caused issues and stress that I am not used to. I would not like to feel that again, and I think the only way that I can know more is by figuring out what it is, because I do not know what any of my anything is.
Oh, I don't either, but see what we can find out. There will be parameters and rules about how we do this, especially on my ship.
Okay.
And I think that's how this chapter of the cleanup crew ends. After Neldo and Malaya have an unexpected bonding experience.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Hit some new trauma. And are no longer allowed off the ship without Eileen's presence.
Yeah.
Because you both need adult supervision.
Yes.
And I think we'll leave it off there.